Now I can sit here and honestly say I never got a chance to do a video talking about this Q Media Group, but now that I found out this bit of news that I'm about to deliver to y'all in this video, I'm glad that I waited. Let's just say the other shoe for this situation dropped even faster than I thought. So in case you don't know, the Q Media Group was the production company behind the Leaving Neverland fraudumentary, however you want to put it, that came out last year, that had everybody talking about it, basically talking against it for the most part, because for the most part no one really believed anything that came out of this so-called documentary at all, and I mean absolutely none of it. But earlier news that I had heard about it is that it was doing bad financially. The group itself was doing pretty damn bad financially. Well, now fast forward to here, to the present day, the Q Media Group says that it has officially collapsed, and the directors of that group had to resign after the lenders had to call in debts. I'm gonna go ahead and read this article coming from Deadline. Q Media's group has collapsed and all of its directors have resigned after the Canadian TV producer distributors lenders called in their debt. In a statement issued to Q Media Group's investors on Friday, the company said it had been placed in receivership under the orders of the Ontario Superior Court. FTI Consulting Canada will manage Q Media Group's affairs, including selling off its assets. As a result, the company's directors have exited, including Chairman Peter Sussman and CEO Steven Silver. The collapse came just hours after the Truist Bank demanded the repayment of all amounts owing under the senior credit facilities after Q Media Group defaulted on its credit facility last year because it filed inaccurate financial information. See, it sounds to me like they made all these leeways and headlines from this documentary that they thought they was probably going to take off from this, but it kind of just fell flat. It was one of those in the moment situations, and they probably didn't pay what they were supposed to pay, and they didn't owe the right people, and they probably got money hungry and greedy, and now it's backfired on their ass. And to that I say good. Q Media Group's subsidiary, the once thriving British sales house Q Media Distribution, has also been placed in administration. The equivalent of filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the US, FTI Consulting will oversee the winding down of the company along with Q Media Group's other UK subsidiaries, Q Media Group UK and Q Media Group UK Holdings. So this thing is literally shutting down every branch of anything tied to Q Media Group. Q Media Distribution was facing a court hearing this week where it is likely the company would have been forced into liquidation, and administrators have not been appointed on Friday. Producers including Leaving Neverland indie Amos Pictures have been fighting to claw the royalties back that they are owed from the international sales of their shows. Other Q Media Group subsidiaries have also been fleeing the sinking ship. The latest was Frantic Films today after CEO Jamie Brown brought back the company, which makes HGTV's Backyard Build. Others who have left the group include UK producer Two Rivers Media, while Dance Mom's executive producer Jeff Collins left Q, backed Collins Avenue Entertainment in January. Collins Avenue was subsequently acquired by Asylum Entertainment's The Content Group. I feel absolutely nothing for them. They knew they were producing a lie when it came to this whole Leaving Neverland BS in order to gain money on the legacy of a deceased man. Whether Michael Jackson was wealthy or not, famous or not, or whatever, the fact of the matter is they put something out there they knew wasn't factual. They got their little money here and there, but then they got a little cocky. And they probably thought, like I said, they were going to blow up from this, and they didn't. Like, this was their last hurrah, and they didn't even realize it. Because a lot of people pushed back against it. It was nothing in there that was factual. And it's all just crumbling down around them. Remember, I did a video talking about the director of that so-called fraud documentary. I forget his name in this moment, but he came out and said he's getting all these attacks and everything like that, and he tried to throw himself into the victim mode and try to act like he didn't know why he was being verbally attacked. Like, are you serious? You went after the legacy of one of the, if not the most popular and best entertainer the world has ever seen and probably will ever see. And You thought that the fans or people with some logical sense was gonna let that slide? Oh hell nah. And then he tried to come out and say you wasn't too familiar with Michael Jackson until more recent years. But why would you put something out there and you don't know who you're talking about? Oh, that's right, you were doing it for the money. Just like these individuals right here were doing it for the money. And speaking of money, Michael Jackson had a song that came out on his Blood on the Dance Floor album called Money. And it went with anything for money. Lie for you, die for you, even sell my soul to the devil. I swear, he had some powerful lines and lyrics in a lot of his songs, especially throughout the 90s. But it is what it is. I'm sure Michael Jackson is hee-heeing and moonwalking somewhere in the atmosphere right now at this news. It's amazing how this man, not only is his estate growing even heavier in death, but he's managed to strike down his, I guess you could say, his deceivers and the phonies while he's not here either. They say you're always remembered more when you're in death, and you're even more idolized in death. But it seems to me that not only is he remembered and idolized more in death and making more money while in death, but he's also getting his enemies at the same time. It's no reason, I mean, it's no surprise that they called him the king. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Twitter if you haven't done so already. Have your notifications turned on, and I will talk to you in the next one.